Hey guys, Marmalade here with Marmalade Outdoors, and I titled this video 7 things I never go backpacking without, and I'll try to keep it short and quick and sweet. But remember, these are things that are beyond the obvious, things you don't see, like beyond the obvious, like the big 3, like your pack and your shelter and your sleep system. These are things I always bring, but even the little pieces of gear are important. So let's start out with number 1. All right, I'm gonna wrestle with the sun being behind me for a little bit till I change directions. But number 1 is a headlamp. Always bring a headlamp, even if you're going on a day hike. Why? Because you could get lost, misplaced. The hike runs later than you thought. You can still find your way back. I use the Nightcore NU25. I'll put a picture here somewhere. And I've had it for years and love the thing. It's simple. The battery lasts a long time. It works in the rain, and it's one of the only headlamps that runs and works with powered, like if you're plugged into a battery, like an exterior battery on the trail, it'll keep working while you're charging it. So yeah, headlamp. All right, number 2 is a pack liner. Definitely something you don't see. I have a high-end ultralight backpack that advertises as waterproof. But out there in the wilderness, I don't want to risk it. I've always carried a pack liner. The one I'm using now is a white trash compactor bag. You can get them at the grocery store. Very light, but they're a little thicker than some of the other things. And they're the perfect size for my 50-liter backpack. And make sure I keep my quilt and clothing stuff dry. You can also get the Nyla fume, what I use forever. It's just a little thinner and a little more fragile, but it works well too, and it's very light if you're super ultralight. But Nyla fume, I'll try to put a picture here of it, and they're pretty inexpensive, and they just work. Yeah, a pack liner. Okay, number 3 is a Gossamer Gear thin light pad. What is this? This weighs a few ounces. I have mine cut down to torso length. It's a gray 1/8 inch thick foam pad, so it's just like what it said, thin light pad, and it does a couple things. I live in San Diego and hike a lot in the desert. I'm a big guy. I pop air mattresses easy, so for me, I put it underneath my air mattress in the tent. Gives me some extra protection, and it also gives me a little R value, so a little warmth. Not much, but a little bit. Some people use them for a pad to sit out in the dirt and stuff when they're taking breaks and something to sit on. I wanted to do that to get rid of my sit pad, but I found that where I live, where there's stickers and lots of pokey things, that when I'd get up, my pad was full of stuff embedded in it, and I would spend a long time basically picking everything out of there. So I found that it's just good for sleeping on. If I sit on something like wood or rocks, I use it because I know it's not going to get stuff in it, but on the ground, I don't use it for that. So yeah, thin light pad. Four is a cook kit. Now, I have attempted to be on trail for quite a while. When I finished the PCT, I did 963 miles over 2 months without a cook kit, and I hated life. I did it, I made it, but meantime, I lost 50 pounds because not only the calories was burning, but because the food that I was cold soaking or just eating raw, except for a few things, was disgusting. So I got sick of it. So I'd hike 25 miles or something, be starving. I look down there, and my dinners that had to be cold soaked looked horrible. So, and they tasted horrible. So I would eat some snacks in the bar or something I didn't eat during the day, and that was it. So I learned my lesson. I would like to cold soak so I could go much lighter and have less gear, but I would only do it if I could figure out food that I can cold soak that I actually really like. But right now, it's always going to be cook it. So yeah. All right, number 5 is my sun hoodie. I don't go backpacking without it. I was very resistant and reluctant to use it at first. I have natural olive skin, but I'm getting older, and being out in the sun, backpacking for 10, 12 hours a day especially like when I went through the Sierras and stuff, would fry me. So I finally tried I love the Outdoor Research Echo Hoodie. It's what I'm wearing now. That's what you always see me hiking with. I've probably got 8 of them now, and I'll get more if they had better colors, but it has, I think, 15 to 20 SPF, which is great. They're long sleeves. I tend to pull them up if it's not too hot. They have thumb holes, as you can see, when it's cold and chilly. It's got the hood, which I use a lot. The hood is amazing because how backpacking, if you guys all backpack, you know, a lot of times when you get out of camp in the morning, it's cold. But if you wear a bunch of sweaters and jackets, the minute you get hiking, you get hot and you have to stop and take them off. So I like having a long sleeve hooded sun shirt because I can put it on over my head, and it might be chilly in the morning, but unless it's freezing cold, I just wear my sun hoodie. Once I've walked about a quarter mile, I'm warm and I'm fine. I don't have to stop to take all my stuff off. So that's why I like it. So it's good when it's cold. It's great. The hood is good to protect your neck and your head and your ears and face from the sun. I usually wear a ball cap and then wear the hood over it. And I'm just sold on it. It's very, very light. When you get one, you can almost see through it. You can see light through it. But I definitely recommend it. They are so popular. I think it's the #1 sun hoodie on the PCT. That's why I don't know the other trails, but you have a lot of sun exposure on that trail. But yeah, definitely check into them. They sell out very fast. If you go to their website, they're constantly out, but good stuff. Sun hoodie. All right, number 6 is a water filter. I know it sounds maybe a little bit like common sense, but it's really important, and it's good to test them out ahead of time, find out which one you like. I'm sold on the Katadyn Be Free. I also have a Hydro Pack Seeker 2-liter bag as my dirty water bag. So that's the bag I put in the water source, put my Be Free filter on it, and I filter into bottles. So that's how I do it. Very simple, easy to me anyway. And I've just used it for so long, I'm just used to it. I'm sure someday it'll have something that's fancier and faster and better, but right now that works great for me. All right, guys, my 7th and final one is what I have on my chest, the Garmin InReach Mini satellite device. So I know most of you guys know all about it. For a couple that don't, there's no shame in that. I'll tell you what it is. It's basically what it says, a satellite device. What it does for backpacking and really people that live nomadic life and all kinds of stuff. When you go out in the middle of nowhere, if you ever have an emergency, get hurt or lost or need to be rescued, you push the SOS button. They will text you a few times to find out if it's a life-threatening emergency or something like that. And so that's what it's mainly for. I also like it because it has, I can text people. You don't need service on your phone or anything. There's an app that you download and you text just like you text your friends, but you're texting through the satellite device. So if you have cloud cover, it takes longer, but usually it's pretty quick. But you can text loved ones and they can text you back. And you can also, before you go on a trip, you can create a link. It just is for following you, and it'll follow your Garmin where you go. This is important because people can just follow your trip just for fun, your loved ones. But also, if I tell people, if you're following my link and I haven't moved in 3 days, there might be something wrong. So that's another reason to, have this thing. It's been great. It'll save your life. I now bring it like I'm doing today. I'm in a neighborhood doing a day hike, and I still bring it. So really important, and don't leave home without it. All right, guys, that about does it for this video. Hope you enjoyed that. Simple and easy. I know some of you experienced ones, you didn't learn anything new, but it's probably kind of catered more towards newer backpackers. But it's interesting to find out what backpackers, always bring every time. So that's me. Please consider subscribing to help the channel a lot. Hit the like button, is even more important. And then hit the notification bell if you want to be notified when I posted new videos. I really appreciate that, you guys. It's free. 90% of my viewers are not subscribers, surprisingly, so help content creators if you can. I also have a new channel I'd love for you to subscribe to. We're going to try to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can monetize it. I'm just getting it going, but it's called Live, Drive, Thrive. And it's something I'm really excited about. I'm in the early workings of it right now. But it's basically a channel about people who live in their car, do van life, live in anything from a basic vehicle broke down all the way to the most luxurious thing there is, and why they're doing it. You know, how are they? Is it by necessity, or is it because they like being on the road? A little of both, something like that. But it's good to meet people that are doing it besides me, and so please consider subscribing. Until I get some videos up, you can't search it by name, Live, Drive, Thrive. So just go down in the description box. There's a link for it. And please just subscribe if you can. Share it with people if you can. And that's about it. There's other ways to support the channel if you want in the description box too, so check it out. Maybe watch some other videos if you want. I have in my playlist, I have a whole folder with about 40 videos of living in my SUV and videos of when I'm actually doing it or talking about it. So check that out. So that's it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.